What's up, guys, and welcome back, finally, to Game 3 of the best of 3 between Vega Squadron and Flipside Tactics in the Division 1-2. We'll see who goes up to, or who stays in the winner's bracket, who drops down to losers. After a little bit of delay, hopefully it's going to be fine. There we go, there's the first ban. Hopefully it's going to be smooth sailing from here on out. I'm Mikelorus, going to be joined by Danelie for this third and final game. It's been a pretty wild series. I'm hoping for more Tusk, but I don't know. It seems like these two teams are pretty evenly matched.
Well, Tusk has been banned, unfortunately, so I think you kind of jinxed it there. So no Tusk this game, so a little bit sad. He was a very interesting hero to watch. Really a treat. You don't normally see that much Tusk. Apparently it's exclusive to Vega Squadron? Yes. Was it Vega or Flipside that played it?
It was
Vega played it.
There are a couple of other teams that experiment with Tusk occasionally, but results are mixed.
Yeah, I really wanted to see this Night Stalker in action, but there's going to be no Night Stalker. He's been banned, first ban, every game. So there's going to be no Night Stalker at all. I would have loved to see him, in all honesty. He's very different. He's not like your traditional roaming support. He's very tanky, so he's good in... I guess he's good for early to mid game. If he gets farm, you can count him as a late game hero. But Vega Squadron, they're going to swipe themselves a sniper first pick. What do you think about first pick sniper in general?
Well, I mean, it was first banned in the previous two games, so both teams placing a high premium on the hero. He definitely is strong enough to warrant this first pick if you are able to protect him enough. Like, I really like opening with Sniper Earthshaker, just for defensive purposes. I think that's probably one of the strongest ways you can open up. If you are opening with a sniper, just put him in the mid lane, and most of the time he's going to have a pretty reasonable time. I think the charges of the shrapnel really making the difference there, but Vega, no, gonna go with Sniper Zeus, so maybe it's gonna be Zeus mid lane again, maybe Sniper's gonna go towards safe. For Flipside though, Venge Batrider, and they're gonna get some initiation guaranteed for themselves.
Yeah, and they have some pretty good heroes in terms of dealing with the Batrider, with the sniper as well. You've got the lasso to jump into the backlines to pull that sniper in towards your teammates. There's no Vengeful Spirit to have yourself worry about for the Batrider either. Disruptor is in the pool, but a lot of the times he's not really that hard counter to a Batrider. He's going to be okay if you have vision preemptively before the Batrider tries to go for the blink lasso, but you'd rather have the Venge. So Flipside, they're going to have the Venge themselves. I think they have a lot of... I don't know, I just feel like with these two heroes, they already have a lot to deal with for that sniper if they can get that jump in. And they even can use the swap as well to get into the backlines once that Vengeful Spirit gets level 2 and 3 points into the swap. That's going to be like super late game though. You cannot count on the Venge with a level 6 swap. The range for that is puny. But level 2 swap, that's going to be something to note for the fights. If the Venge can get the swap on the Sniper, I believe Sniper's going to be in a very vulnerable position. This is just theory crafting though. We've still got 3 more picks to go. I have a funny feeling we're going to see something a little bit different this game. But I do like the Slark ban from Vega Squadron. Slark is a very good hero to go up against the Sniper. You have the Pounce, you have the... not Dark Pact. You have the Slark ultimate as well. So even though they have a Zeus and a Sniper, he's going to be able to avoid a lot of the extra damage. So any single target stun's not really going to help against the Slark, but no Slark this game anyway. Storm would have been nice as well to zip in and go for the pull on the Sniper. But they've left a couple of other heroes in the pool. And for example, one notable hero is actually going to be a Queen of Pain. She can literally just jump into the backlines to try and snipe the sniper herself. Normally you don't want to do that though, because the Queen of Pain is extremely squishy. She is literally like a jelly bean. If she gets in there, she's going to be eaten up very quickly. So what other options are there left? Axe and Undying are the bans for Flipside. They're going to go for Spirit Breaker.
Well, you know, Spirit Breaker in the past 2 games might as well make it the hat trick. Spirit Breaker is a support hero that can get to the back lines and can cause some havoc, and I want to say is one of the few, if not the only, support heroes that can do that. Like, you know, you have heroes like Shaker, Blink, Sand King that can eventually do that, but Spirit Breaker can do that right from the get-go. Then Flipside, go with the Spectre. Everything that you just said about having to deal with a sniper also applies to that Zeus. It's a hero that needs to keep his positioning tight, and if he somehow slips to the front end of that fight, then he's just going to be eaten alive. But Flipside, they have so many heroes in order to get to the backline. Spectre, as far as carries are concerned, is pretty much the carry that you want up against the sniper. You haunt reality in, and you are good to go. And with Spirit Breaker Batrider providing backup, Spectre, if she gets off to a decent start at all in this game, is going to really be tough for Vega to deal with. They're going to grab a Phoenix, has been receiving a lot of love in this best of 3. But yeah, I really like where Flipside are going. They're going hard into dealing with the Sniper, and at the same time, they also have tools to deal with the Phoenix and the Zeus.
Reserve time.
I'm gonna be honest. Vega Squadron, I love these two picks that they just picked up. They picked up the Earthshaker and they picked up the Phoenix. These two heroes, they are great counter team fight heroes. You have the Earthshaker there with the Fissure, the Enchant Totem, the Echo Slam. You have a Phoenix there with the Supernova. You cannot leave the Supernova unchecked, because if everyone on Flipside tries to dive for that Sniper, there's going to be the Phoenix nearby, there's going to be Fire Spirits, there's going to be Dive, there's going to be the Supernova. And if Flipside turn to try and kill the Phoenix, the Earthshaker has one goal, and his goal is to keep that Supernova alive. So I love these two heroes. If Flipside try to team fight Vega, if they have these two heroes along with their Sniper, I actually think they can fend off all 4 of the heroes. They're going to have to rely on the Supernova cooldown though. It's a pretty long cooldown, but with these two heroes alone, I would be very afraid to fight into Vega Squadron if I was Flipside.
Yeah, you could see both of these two teams' drafts really revolving around the Sniper, and that's part of the reason why we saw him banned in the first 2 games, because you do need to go really deep if you're going to either kill or protect a Sniper. Like Vega, they're just going to put up as many barricades as they can in order to prevent Flipside from getting to the Sniper, but Flipside have as many heroes as they can to bypass those barricades. You have to walk through fissures and supernovas and lightning and everything. It's not going to be fun times getting to that Sniper, but that's really where the game is going to come down to. Who can get to the back line and who can protect their back line. It's really going to be up to Vega Squadron to make sure that their positioning is going to be better than Flipside's, because Flipside, they have a little bit more leeway. When you have a Spectre, when you have a Spirit Breaker, and you have a Bat Rider with Blink, you can pick your fights a little bit more carefully than Vega, who always have to be in the perfect position because they don't know when the initiation is going to be coming. So it's going to be a positioning game, and that is always exciting to see. That's why we see the likes of Puck and Ember Spirit going to be banned out. These two heroes are able to pretty much bypass the positioning game because they have so much mobility.
Yeah, I like those last 2 picks. Sorry, the last 2 bans actually. Puck very elusive as well, very difficult to lane against. If Flipside decided to pick themselves a Puck up, it would have had to be a mid Puck and most likely up against a Sniper. In all honesty, the laning phase for a Sniper Puck lane, it would be okay for the Sniper just because he's got the range advantage, but when you have those team fights, you do not want to have the Dream Coil. The Puck is so elusive, he can jump into the backlines with the orb, throw the Dream Coil on the Sniper, and where's Sniper going to go? He doesn't want to break the coil because that will stun him up. That's when the Spectre comes in with the Haunt. That's when the Juggernaut comes in from Flipside, which was just picked up. Very solid pick as well. They picked up essentially all their cores, both supports. I like the synergy for Flipside, but can they actually execute it? I'm hoping that they don't tunnel vision straight onto the Sniper. They have to also deal with that Zeus, Earthshaker, or Phoenix. They just cannot leave those heroes unchecked. Otherwise, I could actually foresee Flipside losing all of their heroes. Last pick for Vega, though. I think this is going to be a support Zeus. I seriously think they need to pick an offlane for their draft. Actually, no, I think it could be a mid-Zeus or support Phoenix. I really think they need something extra for their draft. I don't think they should go for another support at this point. I really think they need another core. They've got their right-click DPS for the Sniper, unless they want to put the Sniper in the mid lane and put someone else in that safe lane to farm it up. What could they go for, though?
They have really just a ton of options right now. They have a pretty good read on Flipside's lanes. We saw game 1, Baby Knight did take the Juggernaut and go towards the mid lane. You're probably never going to have a Spectre not in the safe lane, so that's pretty much a given. So it's Vega with a pretty easy Phoenix lane in the off lane, I would say. I think the support Zeus can get a little bit of traction in this game, but with the Juggernaut last pick, that is something that Vega can abuse quite heavily because they do expect him to go towards mid. They can throw Zeus or Sniper in there, and no matter who they do put in the mid lane up against Juggernaut, they're going to have a good time. Flipside's ability to rotate in is going to be dangerous, but they will be able to keep the Juggernaut at arm's length. And for Vega, they just have so many options. Like, they could put Sniper or Zeus in mid, and then they could juggle the Zeus into support role. And it's going to be Flipside to be, like, guessing about what these lanes are going to be.
10 seconds.
But Vega, they're running out of time. They could always just go for something easy like a Venge here, or a Wraith King. I mean, kind of maybe similar to Venge in some respects, but it's going to be played by Seema. This is going to be a hard carry Wraith King. It's another thing to be in between the Flipside team and the Sniper. And as far as cores are concerned, it's, I think, overall mediocre as a hero. But when your primary objective is to just be a wall, be disruptive, Wraith King is what you need.
Well, I think it's just the hero that you want to die because you want the slow to actually happen from the Wraith King ultimate, and that's when Sniper can get away, that's when Zeus can reposition himself, and that's when they can try and go for their wombo combo with the Earthshaker Phoenix, I suppose. But I don't know, I have a feeling that they do not want to wombo combo their heroes to start a team fight, but they would rather counter-initiate with the heroes. So we'll see how it functions for now. It's very quirky, but I want to see how Vega can actually make this work. Wraith King, we very rarely see him in general, so it's going to be nice to see the Green King again on the map. Going to do what he does best, just to die. But this time as a carry role, we normally see him as a support Wraith King, so this time he will have items for a shiny blue sword.
Yeah, maybe gonna get a Blink Dagger so that Vega can start some fights on their own terms, but we'll see. It's, again, all about... It's going to be all about the Sniper in this entire game. If Sniper gets off to a good start, then Vega have control, and then it's going to be up to them to mess up to give Flipside back that advantage, or up to Flipside to get the Batrider that blink and then bypass all that advantage entirely by just getting good lassos. We'll see what actually goes down as both teams go into their lanes. We got Ace. He's going to be handling the Batrider once again up towards the top. Baby Knight's going to be playing the Juggernaut in mid again. Bland is going to be playing the Spirit Breaker for the third time in the row. This time, no boots first on him. We got Unicorn on the hard carry Spectre, and Ryze is going to be playing the Venge.
Okay, so on the side of Vega, playing on our, what seems to be a support Zeus, we have Squeen. Seem are going to be playing on our carry Wraith King this game. On our Sniper, we have no one. On our Earthshaker, we have a stand-in playing on him. That's going to be Undershock, who played Lion last game. And lastly, we have Pashibashu on our offlane Phoenix. So straight for Tranquil Boots for the Phoenix. He's looking at the bounty rune. He's longing for the shiny gold rune, but unfortunately it's not going to go in his direction. No one though, he will secure the rune for himself. So one rune for each team so far. Pretty even. Looks like it's going to be pretty standard so far. Nothing out of the ordinary.
Yeah, this game, compared to the previous two games for the Spirit Breaker, is definitely going to be a lot slower. Spectre doesn't really want to be fighting, and especially doesn't want to be fighting up against the Phoenix, where you're just going to be, in general, lacking the control in order to lock down that Phoenix and actually kill him off. So this lane is going to be passive, more passive than the previous ones. It's all about just getting Unicorn farm, and in that sense, it's understandable to see why Bland does not get his boots first. We got Ace going to get fissure blocked up on top lane, needs to Firefly up. That was close. If Seema was able to get a little bit closer to get that Wraith Fire Blast off, then that could have been very, very bad. But it's going to be equally bad lanes, probably for both these off lanes, who in the last game were actually matched up against each other. It was a Bat versus Phoenix matchup in the last game.
Yeah, but I think at the moment, the goal for the Phoenix is just to get that level 6 and a Tranquil Boots, whereas for the Bat, he wants to get as much as he can, but I think for the moment, he might just grab level 3 and then just rotate into the jungle, because he is up against a very scary tri-lane. There's 2 stuns, there's quite a bit of nukage from that Zeus as well, so high chance for him to die if he doesn't watch his positioning. So I think Ace, he'll just stick around, get level 3, and I think he's just going to just leave at that point. Unfortunately for Phoenix... Yeah, very easy. Oh no! Very close, but there's no vision actually. Can they get it though? No one thinking about diving the tower for it, but luckily the healing ward going to keep Baby Knight alive for that little bit longer. Tough lane for him, and unfortunately for him, his tango, it's a shared tango, the 50-second cooldown, so he's going to be pretty low, but healing ward's there, so that's going to keep him alive. The courier though.
There is an Earthshaker wrapping around. If there is a fissure, Baby Knight, or no one rather, is looking at 1, maybe 2 stacks of that shrapnel by the time he's actually ready to go. This is something that Flipside decided to pick into. They knew exactly what they were getting into with this mid lane by picking up this Juggernaut, yet Baby Knight felt confident enough to go for it. And I think right about now he's going to start to regret his decision. No one just, as a sniper, has an inherent advantage versus any melee hero, let alone Juggernaut, who isn't exactly the most powerful. However, right now, it's going to no one to get charged up. Bland is coming in hot. Pashibashu is there to support, but he can't really do that much. Courier is going to come in, but is very quickly going to leave. No one is going to get enough space away from Baby Knight to be completely safe. Now Pashibashu dropping pretty low, however, not towards lethal range just yet. Bland right on top of no one once again, looking for a bash, gets one, looking for a charge, can't quite get it, now loses vision up at the high ground. He does have that charge, he's going to close in very quickly to no one. Shrapnel is on the deck, it's going to be a race, but Bland is going to win. He's going to draw first blood, has Screen and Earthshaker coming in behind him, but Bland, he is a little bit faster. Perhaps he's now going to try to juke. That's not going to work. He's going to die to the Phoenix, making it a 1-for-1 trade overall. But killing off the sniper, that's the kill that you want to get for Flipside. And killing him off for first blood, that's even better.
Yeah. I think if the sniper just went straight for the regeneration rune, he would have been fine. Earthshaker, he did babysit the rune for a little bit, then he rotated up top to try and help them out with the Bat Rider. Then all of a sudden, you had a charging Spirit Breaker going headlong for the sniper, and unfortunately, no chance for him to grab the regeneration rune. Dropping a little bit too low. They tried to kite him, but you can only kite a Spirit Breaker so long. When this Charge of Darkness comes off cooldown, what can you really do to cancel it out? When you have a offlane Phoenix, that's not a disable, that's a slow. You have an Earthshaker who already used the Fissure. So, unfortunately for Vega, because they have a draft that lacks the stuns to cancel out the Spirit Breaker's charge, it's going to be a bit of an issue when they're trying to go and save the day for that sniper. Because if you think about it, Sniper at the end of the day, he's a very small dwarf, he's very easy to kill, tiny-ish HP range, very slow. So if you can get in his face, chances are you're going to stay in his face.
And Vega, they do have occasionally tools to defend, but just not there. Screen gonna get jumped as he tries to grab that invis rune. Bland looking for a bash, gets one as well. Fire Spirits might give Screen a little bit of time and space to get out of there, and it will. Pashubashu's Phoenix once again being a lifesaver, but will it be enough? We got a Fissure walling off both Bland and Rise. Now two supports awkwardly stuck in the dire jungle, but there is not enough health in the Vega heroes in order to punish this. Over towards mid, we got no one going pretty deep onto Baby Knight, but he will be forced to fall back. That's a Flipside trying to play aggressive, and even though they're not getting these kills, it doesn't really matter because bottom lane, Unicorn is in a 1 versus 0 lane. Is going to go for power treads, although quite frankly he could just be straight rushing a Relic. You don't let a Spectre free farm. That is a very easy way to lose a game.
I don't want to say it's a very easy way to lose the game, but I think Unicorn, he wants to play safe this game. He wants to guarantee that he can also be there for the team fights if he has to. I have a feeling that Unicorn's going to go for the Urn build on this Spectre, and he will haunt in to help his teammates just to gather up those Urn charges. But then again, Bland's been picking up the Urn for the majority of the game, so it could just be Treads drums with the Spectre to make sure that he is not an easy pickup if Vega decide to go for a rotation, or he could just rush the Relic at this point. Because he's having complete free farm. He actually is up against the Phoenix now, but there's the Haunt. They're going to go up top. They get the kill on the Earthshaker, and there's going to be an easy pickup there for Unicorn. They get Squee as well, and they're going to go right after Seema. And unfortunately, his turn rate is absolutely ludicrous with all the Napalm stacks. There's a TP in though coming out from the Earthshaker. Nice stun to keep the two heroes in place, and there's going to be the Salve coming out from Seema. He's going to turn around and try and fight Bland. Bland has no mana, so if he dies here, there's no way. Basically, if he tries to turn around at this point, there's no way for him to actually make an escape. But he's very fast, so Seema might have to turn around and help his teammate. One more right click, I'm going to pretty much bash him to death there. So that's a very dead Spirit Breaker. That was I will say that was a cluster flub at best.
I guess, yeah, you can say that, but even though, like, Spirit Breaker does go down there, yeah, he does give a kill over towards the carry Wraith King. Things for Flipside up in that gank, that was actually pretty reasonable. Like, Unicorn got a lucky last hit in there. Oh, bottom lane, more action happening. Got Shrapnel on the deck. No one gonna try to go straight for Bland. No charge available. However, Rise getting picked off by the Phoenix in the meantime. Pashubashu gonna take one kill there. And a little bit of misfocus perhaps for Vega, but they walk away with a kill nonetheless. But what I was saying with the Spectre, gets a lucky last hit with the Haunt Illusion, ends up drawing a double kill on that top lane, and 2-0-0 power treads first, definitely helping the Spectre out there, and even it almost doesn't even matter what happens after that Spectre gets a double kill, because no matter what, Flipside are going to be probably pretty happy about how that fight goes down. It is 3-3 right now, but Unicorn, he has 2 kills to his name, is actually going to go for a Morbid Mask.
Yeah, I was actually going to ask you about that. What do you think the Spectre would be going towards with the Morbid Mask? I'm going to say a big no-no to Mask of Madness, because, well, Mask of Madness Spectre is, I don't know, it just seems silly. Maybe it could be. For all you know, Unicorn's just going full on YOLO with this and trying to go for Mask of Madness. I think it's just going to be there for maybe a Vlad's?
Wait, hold on. Mid lane, Baby Knight's gonna get a full Omni Slash on Undershock. Very easily done there for a kill that pretty much just walked right into his arms, but I have actually seen something similar to this before. It did not really work. Wait, we're not done. Mid lane, no one is going to get jumped by Rise and Baby Knight. There's a Zeus here, but what can Zeus do against the spin? Literally nothing. Now Screen has a chance for a kill with the Bolt. We'll get that one. It's going to be a 2-for-1 still for Baby Knight. Screen looking for a second. Undershock looking for a fissure angle. Needs to get the stun on Rise. Does get it. Lightning Bolt's going to give Screen a double. But here comes the Spirit Breaker from top. They have a Haunt in as well. If Spirit Breaker connects with this charge, you can bet that there's going to be a Spectre here coming as well. But Blank gets bolted out of his charge again. Seen that so many times in game 1, and that will mean that Zeus gets to live. However, Ace is going to come in. Has that tar on the Earthshaker, looking for a lasso as well. Just a little bit too slow though. He gets bolted as well, and he's forced to fall back. And that should just about be the end of it, unless bottom lane Unicorn's gonna get aggressive upon Pashu. Deciding not to turn around and fight. He wants to bail out. Baby Knight gonna drop the healing ward for his buddy. Has no Omni Slash here, but he will just chase down Pashu, who does not have any dive out. So Phoenix going a little bit too deep for that kill. Now Baby Knight gonna run straight into Undershock, does not spin. He's holding on to 4 points of it, but he wants to use it defensively. Now he's gonna finally pull the trigger, and now Undershock, unless he has some sick jukes, he's gonna drop down with the dagger giving vision. That will be a very easy double for Baby Knight. And 7-5 flip side, they're not killing off the sniper, which might be a problem, but they're still getting a hell of a lot of kills.
Yeah, they're going to go for another charge here, and it is going to be... Oh, no, it's just a creep charge? Who are they charging? They're charging something. It is on Seema. I didn't actually see the icon for Seema. Oh, my goodness. But it is going to be cancelled. They were thinking about going on to him, but it's a level 7 Wraith King, and he has the reincarnation this time, so even if they kill him, they're going to have to kill him a second time. But I actually think even if you kill him now, just to put it on cooldown is going to be nice, especially if a team fight happens, then Seema's going to have to be a little bit more careful in that team fight. Sometimes it's nice just to proc the reincarnation, at least to put it on that 3-minute cooldown. Oh, I heard a supernova.
There was a supernova down towards bottom. Phoenix forced to use it just to keep himself alive. Had a Vengeful Spirit attack following his Icarus dive, and that was actually really close. Rise was close to drawing that blood, but just fell short. But going back to Unicorn's build, I have seen someone go for Helm of the Dominator Spectre into Diffusal Blade before. It was synergized pretty well with a Magnus on the team. Obviously, that's not going to be the case this game, but it is going to be what looks like a Vlad's build for Unicorn. I think this is a fine item to get on Spectre if you're pressured, if you need to be jungling up. But other than that, I mean, Spectre generally wants to be going for that Radiance. It seems like Unicorn doesn't feel confident in his ability to grab that item in this game. Or at least not super quickly. He's going to go for Pashu. This time he does not have that Supernova. He will go deep into the trees, TP, out Rise. Does not have a swap, but there's a Flame Break, and now Pashu stuck in a corner. Unicorn's going to get a very easy kill there. In the meantime, up towards top, Baby Knight is forced to spin away defensively. Has a Assassinate coming in towards him. 50 HP, gets to live. Healing Ward on the deck. Bolt's going to miss. Fissure going to hit, but won't be lethal. Baby Knight still is drawing them in closer. Maybe waiting for an Omni Slash opportunity. He's getting more and more HP. Level 3 Healing Ward value right now. The statless Baby Knight is going to get some nice usage out of his levels, but he has a lot to deal with. A little bit too slow, though, incoming for Vega. Baby Knight going to get hit by one stun. Then another. No, the spin's going to cancel that secondary one, and Seema's starting to eat tower shots. Has to back off. There is a charge incoming. Going to go straight for screen, but yeah, they really don't want to make that 1v3 happen, especially when Bland doesn't have full HP. They will back off, and surprisingly, no one dies.
Yeah, that's... I'm going to be honest. Did you see the... the ghost creeps actually slow down Earthshaker and Zeus?
No, I did not see that. That is not
They didn't.
usually
They
relevant.
lost so much distance just because of that creep. They drew aggro, and then those creeps just slowed down the Earthshaker and the Zeus so much they lost a lot of ground chasing after the Juggernaut. So a bit unlucky there for Vega, but actually there's going to be a jump in from Baby Knight. Will he go for the Omni Slash? No one. He is very isolated. He's got phase boots, but he doesn't really have a Mask of Madness. There's the Omni Slash. Going to go for the extra spin. Trying to go for the jukes. He does get the juke though, so no one's still alive. There is TP rotations coming in. There's the Haunt though, so that's going to be a definite pickup on the Juggernaut. So that's a very dead sniper. They're going to try and go for their return kill onto Baby Knight, moving very quickly. Going to pop the drum charges. He will survive. Actually, he will. There's the bottle charge coming in from a teammate. So luckily for him, that wasn't a teammate. That was him himself. There is going to be the return kill on the Vengeful Spirit though, but it's only a support Venge. Batrider there on the high ground wants to try and go for a lasso onto Pashu. There's no supernova. This is going to be a bit of a pickle there for our Phoenix. Baby Knight's still alive. He's going to try and contribute with the spin, but actually he really give his life away. I don't think so. He's going to try and bottle up. He managed to secure a rune. That was an invisibility rune as well, but never mind. Going to be popped with the fissure. He's still alive, surprisingly enough. That bottle keeping Baby Knight alive. There is a stun. It will be disjointed by the Blink Dagger and Ace, and there's a charge coming out from, oh my goodness, Bland. That was a very weird, long-ass fight, but we only had one kill, and that was on Pashu, our Phoenix, who already used the dive and had no supernova.
Well, they also previously went ahead and killed off the sniper and over towards mid. Baby Knight's going to rejoin the fight. 130 HP, going to man up. and kill off that Shaker. He is going to get some regen from the urn, has a bottle charged there as well. Baby Knight playing things pretty fast and loose, but isn't being punished. 6-1-1 and Vega, they just can't keep up with this Juggernaut. They're lacking the physical damage right now. Wraith King, that's kind of one of his drawbacks. Why we usually see Blink Daggers picked up by the Wraith King, so he could get in, get out, and he can actually keep up with his enemies. Drum definitely going to help, but he needs to do some damage right now because Baby Knight just isn't dying, especially when he's in that level 4 spin. You cannot afford to race a Juggernaut once he is actually spinning with that level 4 Blade Fury. So Flipside also, I believe, got an assist or a kill on Unicorn. He was just chilling in the jungle. Did end up securing a kill for this on the sniper in one way or another, but while all this is going on, Flipside are only fighting with 4 heroes. Unicorn doesn't really have much to worry about, and he is going to completely bypass the Radiance. He's going to go straight for Yasha in this game.
Yeah, so surprisingly enough, Unicorn not going for the standard Spectre build, is going for something a little bit different. I want to see how this works out for him, because typically we never see a flat Spectre. He's had complete free farm the entire game. He's just had to haunt in a couple of times to help with provide them extra vision as well as DPS, but think about it, Flipside, I don't need Unicorn at this point. He's just pretty much their insurance, so if anything goes wrong, Spectre's going to be their backup plan to go into the super late game. Although there was a Thunder God's Wrath thrown out, but I think it's just vision, just for squeeze, so that they could figure out where the rest of Flipside's draft is, and well, the majority of them are in the middle lane. They are going to take their mid T1. They will sacrifice their top T1. I'm pretty sure Flipside's going to be happy with this though. Mid T1 is much more important than a top T1 tower.
Yeah, the Radiant Tier 1 top is probably the worst, or the tower that you're most happy to lose. Pashibashu is going to teleport right into a lasso. He's going to get grounded on an instant. Now onto screen they go. Bland there with another strike. That'll kill off 2. Undershock now here all alone in a 1v5. The teleportation from someone is going to get cancelled, leaving Undershock to die. That is probably not how you want to be defending your towers. Teleporting in one at a time, and Flipside are there with... It wasn't really hard for them. It was kind of just Vega serving themselves up on a silver platter, and Flipside just taking one after another, not working hard for it at all. Now they're going to take that tower, go down to the bottom lane, which is decently wounded. Ace with some Firefly left is going to get some vision, but Vega, they have to make a defense here, otherwise they're going to be down a lot of gold in the past couple of engagements. Even though Flipside don't have their ultimates up in the Batrider, Spirit Breaker, and the Spectre, they're still going to have enough to take down this tower, and they probably will back off successfully as well.
Yeah, there's pretty much a free tower there for Flipside. Vega, they don't really want to defend. They realize, okay, we tried to defend the mid tower and it literally just went like a disaster, so they're going to give it up this time. They're trying to give as much space as they can to Seema, who went for a Blade Mail, so we're not going to see a very quick Blink Dagger on him, but I think at this point, he just wants to be that frontline tank to soak up the damage, to try and disperse it among as many heroes as he can over Flipside, have that death, try to create that space for Sniper, who is going to be in the backlines just hitting away. But unfortunately for the Sniper, he's not really hitting that hard. He's only got Yasha, he's only got Phase Boots, and a Ring of Aquila. No big items on him yet, so he's not going to be really providing too much damage for Vega. But if they can give some more farm to no one, which I think he's not going to continue on solo farming, he's going to stick with the team and try to team fight out against Flipside, then maybe that's going to be how they want to accumulate the gold on the Sniper, because they realize they're going up against a global/mobile draft from Flipside. If they stick together, their team fight is superior compared to Flipside.
Well, they're going to stick together and try to get this tier 1 tower on the bottom lane. However, Baby Knight is pushing pretty darn quickly over in mid. Healing Ward keeping the creep wave alive, not usually entirely relevant, but in this case it is. Vega, they're not going to make any defense on the top lane, which in of itself is going to be 1-for-1 trade. Someone's teleporting up here. It's going to be that Phoenix. Is a little bit too late, however, and Unicorn is already home free. Where is he going to reality to, if anywhere at all? No, he's just going to chill in the trees using Haunt for a little bit of vision, because here comes Bland. Has that haste rune, going to go straight for Pashibashu. Supernova is there. Bland's even going to get stunned up, so they don't even need a Supernova, especially the Thunder God's Wrath. They'll kill off the Breaker, and that is going to be that. Giving his life so that maybe Phoenix can get a little bit more space, although it probably was a little bit unnecessary. It's still going to be a tower for tower trade, which is pretty reasonable for Flipside, since they did put a lot of damage into the bottom lane tower as well. We have a Supernova in the dire jungle. I guess just because Phoenix thought there would be more people there, he was wrong, but either way, Supernova is down, and Flipside do know about it. They don't have a Haunt, however, and Unicorn is, well, trying to clear out Ancients. It's not exactly the easiest thing to do as a Spectre, but still, he's under no pressure, and now at this stage, 17 minutes in, he's holding on to a lot of gold. Can go for a Manta, or he could just go right back into that Radiance.
I think he's going back for that Radiance though. If you accumulate this much gold, then if you were going to go for something like, for example, a Diffusal Blade, you would have started buying components already. So I think this is going to be that Radiance. We could be wrong. He could just buy out the flat-out Diffusal Blade out of nowhere when he suddenly has the money for it. But looks like Flipside going to go for the Roshan attempt here. Vega, they don't have any vision. Actually, never mind. Sniper manages to scout it out with the Shrapnel. How are they going to fight into this, though? There's only 2 heroes smoked up. We've got Squee and Seema. We have Sniper still on the high ground. The majority of Vega, they're trying to come in as well. We've got Undershock on the Earthshaker here. And lastly, we have one more coming in. We have Pashu on the Phoenix. No Supernova, though, so this will be a very difficult fight for them. They're going to have to try and pick off Flipside if they want to. But Squee, that's probably the worst hero you want to go first, though. That's your Zeus, but there's an Echo, so I'm going to connect onto 2. They want to try and jump onto Unicorn straight away. The Lasso, though, not really going to be helping much. They lose 2, though. Sniper in the backline dying to Baby Knight because of the Omni Slash. So one of the DPS heroes on the side of Vega are down. They might lose Unicorn, though. He's still surviving, surprisingly enough, but the Healing Ward not able to heal him up enough. The Fissure was able to secure the kill onto that, but they might lose Undershock in the meantime. Seema, though, still trying to fight up against Baby Knight, but he still has a reincarnation, so even if they kill this Wraith King, they're going to have to kill him one more time. Blade Mail coming off cooldown in 3 seconds. He's just going to keep on running. He's waiting for his drums to come off cooldown. 5 seconds for that. So I think he might either fight it or run for it at this point. There's the Blade Mail. Phoenix is going to come in as well just to try and throw as many of his Fire Spirits as he can to these heroes. And it's pretty much scared off the majority of Flipside away. And there's a Supernova. So Bland's going to go straight for the TP. Will he survive? He will! That was very close. They almost lost the Spirit Breaker to the Phoenix Supernova. So that's going to be Pashu ultimate down. Seema going to farm the enemy jungle just to try and heal up. But Ace, he's going to have to pop the Firefly. There's the Haunt. Unicorn's going to come in. He throws the Spectral Dagger onto Pashu. So that's going to be a very low Phoenix. Are they going to pick him off, though? Stun thrown out by Seema. There's actually a blink forward here by Ace. Got to be very careful, but the charge is going to come in. That's going to finish up Pashu. And they're going to continue on chasing. So Bland, he's by himself, but never mind. There's Rise. They throw the stun onto Squeen. Who's going to try and finish him off? There's the ultimate there from the Sniper. There's the Snipe. And Earthshaker going to throw the Fissure onto Baby Knight. And actually, no one. Got to be careful. Baby Knight's trying to really focus him down. There's a beautiful stun coming out from our Earthshaker, but Baby Knight still chasing after our little Dwarven Sniper. And that's pretty much it for that fight. That was a buyback from the Zeus to, I believe, use the Thunder God's Wrath. Very messy fight for both teams, though. It went on for a good 2 to 3 minutes there.
Yeah, I have no idea what happened, but look at the ultimate kill score. Look at who actually is coming out of there with their lives. Though Unicorn did end up dying, still a score reflects that he did get a lot out of that. Baby Knight was brought down, but he was able to rejoin. The Wraith King lived for a very long time, and that's what Wraith King is really good at. The problem is that there's no reason to actually attack him. Like, Flipside, they had no urge to actually focus down and kill out the Wraith King. First of all, they knew that they had to kill him twice. Second of all, there's no reason to. He's not doing any damage. So they were able to pick off all of the Vega heroes first, though Vega kind of made it easy for them. Screen walking right into the enemy heroes as a Zeus, probably the worst way to initiate ever in Dota. But Flipside, they were still able to come out ahead with a fight. Now that they have the Match-Style Inspector, she is a one-man army. These illusions are also going to be statted up pretty high because she's gone for a very maybe skill light build, like she's going for stats instead of her skills. So these illusions are hitting hard. And for Vega, that's going to be really worrying for the Sniper. If no one gets jumped by the Haunt reality, which is very probable, then there's no way that he could actually get out. Vega have to protect their Sniper a lot more than they previously did. Otherwise, the Spectre's going to walk all over them.
Yeah, Spectre. I really like the Spectre pickup actually from Flipside. Just because her ability to jump on the Sniper if she really wants to. She just jumps to an illusion and that's about it. And unfortunately for Sniper, he can't really kill off the illusion quick enough. So that's a bit of a shame there for the Sniper. He is starting to farm up items though, so he is getting a little bit tanky. He wants to go for the Maelstrom as his next pickup because he has the Glove of Haste in his inventory. So that's going to be some nice wave clear and also some chances to proc those lightning charges, I suppose. So a little bit of extra damage, especially when the heroes on Flipside are going to clump up, which it's going to be inevitable. They've got a majority of melee heroes in the front line. So you got Baby Knight on the Jug, you got your Spirit Breaker, you got your Spectre. And for them to really do damage, they're going to clump up. And that's going to give Sniper the chance to hopefully proc some of those lightning charges once he has the Maelstrom. But in the backline, so we have an Invis Baby Knight. He wants to focus down no one. but the rest of Vega are here. So if he tries to go for a solo kill now, he might potentially lose his life, but he's going to be very patient. He's going to play it like a tiger. He's going to wait for his prey. He wants to jump on him. He's thinking about it. Illusion Ring going to run out. He's going to go right onto screen. Easy pick up there. So that's a very quick Zeus kill. And straight onto no one. Never mind. They're going to go right onto Seema. There's a supernova though. No one's going to hit the egg. So Bland, he's dead. 1 for 1 so far. Pretty even. The supernova egg. No, never mind. That's going to go down. Echo Slam onto Rise. A very, very sad Vengeful Spirit. There's a stun. There's a snipe from the sniper. So easy pick up there for the sniper. 3 down for Vega though. Seema gonna have to run away. He has a reincarnation available if he needs to use it though, but Spectral Dagger gonna be disjointed by that Blink Dagger, and unfortunately for Vega, they lose 3, they only get 2 supports as well.
They were really just at a shortage of damage right there, and well, Vega, they had the Wraith King in the middle of everything, wasn't able to use his reincarnation to get that slow off, wasn't able to get that many hits in, and Unicorn by himself was able to zone the sniper away. Just chase after him for a little while after that reality, throw the dagger, stick the illusions on the sniper, and then the sniper can't really do anything. He's going to get hit with the lasso, now pulled way deep into the Roche pit where there's 3 heroes waiting for him. He's no chance of getting out of here alive. He's going to fight to the death, but his death is soon incoming. Sniper down, charge coming in from Bland. They have the Phoenix in the area as well, Vegas. They're able to contest this Roshan, and Flipside will back off, but Seema's going to jump into a pile of 4 heroes. He's going to get some backup from the Zeus, but they will cleanly disengage. They kill off the healing ward as well. That's essential for Vega to actually take this fight. And Seema, well, he's still feeling pretty confident to go into the Roche pit. He's spotted out right now, but he will blink out. They have stopped the Roshan Vega, and that's nice and everything, but they just lost the sniper. A sniper with all the items in the world can't really do anything if he's not able to hit the enemies, and that's exactly what he was prevented from doing in Unicorn's reality. So Flipside taking a pretty nice fight. They were able to keep the sniper out of it, and at that point it's a 4v5, which, you know, it's probably going to be you winning that fight if it's a 4v5 in any scenario.
Yeah, God, this Wraith King, it's really not working out for them. He's not doing any damage. He's not dying when he should be. It sounds weird. He's just not dying when he should be. Maybe they've, I don't know, this is going to sound quirky. Maybe they have to try and make Seema a little bit more killable. Maybe they could go for something like a Mask of Madness, have him really soak up the damage, and Sniper again in his own base, chased down by Baby Knight. That was an Omni Slash as well. They're really pushing hard on that poor Sniper. He had to buy the recipe for the Maelstrom to minimize his gold loss, but very hard game for this Sniper. These runes for Baby Knight have been super lucky.
I did not expect Baby Knight to make that sort of play. Bland gonna get jumped by Seema though. He has a Shadow Blade here, but it's not really gonna help him. Thunder God's Wrath still giving vision. We have a Supernova off in the back lines. It's gonna force Unicorn away, but Unicorn wouldn't really want to take that fight anyway. Seema is going in deep. However, Ace has his eyes on someone else. Seema, he's away from the rest of his team. If he dies right now, this reincarnation is going to be completely irrelevant. Pashu's coming in, but he already used the Supernova. Is going to lay a carpet of fire on the deck, but swap back into a Bland charge. No, Bland's actually going for someone else. He's going to go straight for Undershock, who did get the Echo Slam off, but it did nothing. Now they're going to get the lasso off onto Seema, who's not being focused by the Juggernaut, but everyone else is on that Wraith King. He's going to go down after having done previously nothing. Baby Knight's still going in for screen. This man does not fear towers. However, he might want to because he's going to die because of that lack of respect. It's still going to be a 1 for 3 trade. I guess 1 for 4 if you count that previous kill on the sniper, but man, Vega, it's just a huge scattered fight, and with their type of lineup, they want to have a very tight, clustered fight. Have the Earthshaker get some value. Have the Wraith King's reincarnation actually do something, because in the last game, that reincarnation pretty much did nothing. He had no follow-up.
Yeah, his team was so far away, he was so isolated. I feel like he did that play just so that he could actually get the slow to proc from the reincarnation, but unfortunately it didn't quite pay off. They do have quite mobile heroes, but they just came in a little bit too late. Maybe if they came in a second or two earlier, then there would have been a chance for them to actually capitalize on the slow from the Wraith King, but a bit of a sad story there for Vega. They're getting picked off and they're getting outplayed so far by Flipside. They're still trying to farm up their sniper. He's trying so hard to get his next items. He really needs a lot to become relevant and to also survive the fights as well. He's been focused down so much, it's been ridiculous. It's like, it's sniper hunting season for not just this, yeah, it's not just for the Spectre. Oh.
Unicorn gonna get jumped. However, he does Manta dodge that Wraithfire Blast. However, he doesn't have enough mana to actually dagger out. That's kind of unfortunate. If he did have dagger mana, that probably would have been a clean escape for the Spectre. Just go deep into the right side of the map, and there's no way that Vega can actually dig that Spectre out. But they finally get the kill that they've been wanting for so long. 5, 2, and 15 though. The Spectre has been running rampant. And Vega, they should have been doing that. They wanted to be doing that forever in this game, but it's just now where they get to do it. Bashu going to get dragged right back into an Omni Slash. He might have enough time to Supernova, and he will. Will he have enough time to actually release that Supernova, though? Baby Knight in the spin is going to work that one down, going to get one kill. No one is going to get dove by Bland. Shadowblade is there. He's going to decide to go for Undershock, or he's going to decide to leave. That's good, too. No one thinking about going in, but Baby Knight is quick with the drums and the Sanjin Yasha. It's just going to be a 1-for-1. As Flipside, they're going to stick around because they want to contest this Roshan, and that's going to be where the focal point of this fight is going to be happening. However, Spectre will be able to haunt in, and Seema is also in mid lane. He's 3 seconds off his reincarnation. It's going to be close, but he does get it up. Baby Knight will take that one out immediately, however, and Seema, his reincarnation, once again, does absolutely nothing. Maybe he could stall for some allies, but it doesn't seem likely with Baby Knight packing a DD. That's going to be the end of Seema. Now they're going to go for Undershock. Even got purged for good measure. It's a double for Unicorn. As soon as he dies, or as soon as he revives, he goes straight into that haunt reality. That's 2 down for Vega. Flip side, they could either go for the high ground push right now or go for Roshan, maybe even both, because Vega cannot defend without their Shaker and Wraith King.
Oh, and they don't have buyback either, so it's going to be a constant 3v5 for Vega. It's going to be very difficult to defend. I think they might be able to do it, though. They're managing to fend off the remaining heroes of Flipside. They're going to back off, go towards the Secret Shop. I think they're going to go for Roshan. He is up. There is no cheese, but Aegis is an Aegis. You still rather take it than not. And Medallion going to come on the Vengeful Spirit very soon, but I'm pretty sure by the time Roshan is dead, she won't even have it at this point.
Yeah, a little bit unfortunate. You always want to get that value, but it doesn't matter because Aegis is Aegis. I believe the first Aegis in the game, actually, and it's going to be Juggernaut to grab that one. Seems like they just really want Baby Knight to go off. Does do a lot more damage than Spectre at this point, or a lot more guaranteed damage right now, since Unicorn is really reliant on that Desolate damage, so it's a reasonable decision to the flip side. But for Vega, they are now facing down an Aegis team, and well, Flipside clearly have no hesitation about going for these pushes. They've been doing that for the entire game. One of these tier 2 towers at the very least is going to be pushed within the duration of this Aegis. It's just a matter of which one Flipside actually wants to commit to. And really it doesn't matter too much because they're getting a lot of farm on their Spectre and a lot of farm on this Juggernaut. And this Sniper, if he wants to hold his own versus any of these two heroes in any other game, he would need a lot more gold. But this game he's behind. So this is exactly where you don't want to be as a Sniper and Vega as a whole.
Yeah, well, Baby Knight just picked up his Eye of Skadi, so he's going to be incredibly tanky, and even if the Sniper tries to run away from Baby Knight now, just one hit will slow him down enough so that he's never going to escape the grips of that Juggernaut. So it's going to be very scary for Vega. It's going to be a bit of a surprise factor when they see this farm on Baby Knight. They're going to say, wow, this guy is incredibly farmed. BKB picked up on the Batrider as well. So all these big items coming online for Flipside. Whereas Vega, they don't really have that many big items. They just cannot secure the farm. They've been constantly fighting. They really haven't been getting any favorable trade-offs for themselves. And they don't have the best flash farming heroes either. They picked up a Wraith King for their last hero. And when you want him in the front lines, you want him to either die, you want him to go for those stuns to help the teammates, although the hero lasso, yes I did. That's me Bashu going down. That was a lasso expended as well, and there's a charge from our Spirit Breaker going on to... Who is it actually? Oh my goodness.
Shaker,
how did he die?
Just haunt reality. The Spectre got vision of everyone on the base. They assumed, I think, you would assume that everyone on Vega would be in their base, but Undershock was jungling, and that's not where you want to be as any hero versus a Spectre who's this far. And Baby Knight, he's looking to use the Aegis right now. Healing Ward giving him a hell of a lot of regen, 130 with that maxed out Healing Ward. He will back off for right now, and they will shuffle up towards the top lane, but it's a very easy 2-kill for Flipside, and they're getting more and more gold on both their Spectre and their Juggernaut. And Vega, they really are playing a positioning battle. That's what we said in the draft. That holds true right now. But at a certain point, positioning just doesn't even matter. And I think that point is when your Sniper is being doubled up in net worth by the enemy 2 cores.
Yeah, oh my goodness, this poor Sniper. Vega's being really punished for this first pick Sniper. They picked the Sniper, they realize that Sniper's a great hero, they want to try and make him work, but Flipside, because it was a first pick Sniper, they had so much time to try and counterplay against that Sniper. So because of this, Flipside, they're winning these fights, they're jumping on the Sniper, they're not giving him any time to really become a big factor. That Vega's struggling because who's their primary damage dealer? That sniper. What's the Wraith King there for? He's there to tank. He's not really there to do any damage. He doesn't really have anything like an armlet, no Desto, Daedalus, nothing on him to really justify killing that Wraith King. You don't have to. He's not doing anything. He's just looking pretty, I suppose, with the blade mail. So unfortunately,
even with the double damage, he's doing
Yeah.
comparable damage to the Juggernaut, and he's like barely more. I don't even know if he's doing more damage. Spirit Breaker somehow gets a solo kill on the Phoenix because that's relevant in this game. It's actually probably not going to be relevant at all, but Bland is powerful enough, and he's going for the same exact build he's been going for these past couple of games. However, this time, he's just another hero to get to the back lines and kill off that sniper or the Phoenix or really whoever. We have Ace in the air. He's looking for someone. He's going to catch poor Screen. Gonna get dragged back into a Vengeful Spirit. The Spectre thinking about haunting in. Rye's gonna swap him up to the high ground. Not gonna save Screen for much longer though. That's gonna be one kill. Now up towards top, no one. Gonna be dove by Unicorn. He's gonna be receiving a Wraithfire Blast to the dome, however. He has a Vit booster, is relatively tanky, but he has literally nowhere to go right now. Walled off, and he's gonna have to fight to the death, but his death is incoming. They finally kill off the Spectre again. And it's because the Spectre bites off a little bit more than she could chew, but maybe we're going to see Bland bite off a little bit more than he can chew. TP out from no one, TP out from the Wraith King, and Bland has to make a complete 180 in that charge. However, over towards the bottom lane, Baby Knight is going to try to crack an egg, and it looks like he will be successful in doing that. Phoenix once again pressured to use that because otherwise he just straight up dies and he will be punished for it. However, here comes Seema and the Sniper. Perfect positioning this time. They will kill off Rise, fissure forward, catching Baby Knight as well as they pop the drum charge. Juggernaut though still has an Aegis. He does not have a healing ward, so he can't do anything cute with that, but if he decides to turn and fight, he could put a lot of damage into someone right now. Will spin out and go straight for Undershock. Here comes the Spirit Breaker. Just seems like the Sniper doing nothing to Baby Knight. He blends the Earthshaker. Now he's on the run. Spirit Breaker still incoming. Spectre does not have a haunt, so she can't buy back and help out there, but that was supposed to be a kill. You chase forward to 3 heroes, you're not supposed to lose one.
It's this Juggernaut's so big. For Vega to even kill that Juggernaut, they need to commit 3 to 4 heroes. The Spectre, bit of a different story. She's not as scary as the Jug, so you can pretty much use about 3 heroes to take her down, but Baby Knight's just so big. And especially when you're running a melee support like an Earthshaker, you have to try and get relatively close to your target, especially if your Fissure is on cooldown. And when you're going up against something that already has magic immunity, what can you really do? He wants to stay toe-to-toe with the Juggernaut, but unfortunately, if he has a Skadi, no way for that poor Earthshaker to get out unless he starts building towards a 4 staff, which I presume is going to be the next item he wants to pick up because he has a Staff of Wizardry in his inventory. So 2 more pieces and that 4 staff will be done, but very minimal, you could say. Like 4 staff, typically you'd say, oh, great item because it's going to save your team. But you're going up against a semi-global / mobility lineup. And when you have heroes like that, I don't know if 4 staff's really going to help you unless you're being chased down by somebody after all the abilities have been used.
Well, like even the Spectre, if she gets on top of the Sniper, let's say, then between Diffusal Blade and Dagger, 4 staff is going to buy whoever you 4 staff a little bit of time, but really not that much. Spectre, if she's not running into 3 or 4 heroes, is able to make that chase happen because of the amount of slows that she's currently packing, not to mention her damage output. So it's always going to be a good item, and it's the item that Undershock needs to go for, but it's not going to be an item that really saves them in this game. Really, any items that will be to that effect are going to be picked up on the Sniper. However, over towards mid lane, Baby Knight's going to run into a whole pack of them. He will pop the smoke. Now they haunt out. Where's the Spectre actually going to go? Nowhere just yet. No, she's going to get right on top of Noah. Manta Style is there. No one's going to try and straight TP out, but Unicorn blends him, and now they're going to pop the egg as well. Seema, he's all alone. Reincarnation has already been used, actually. Didn't even notice that. Triple kill from Baby Knight as Unicorn cleans up the last in the base. That's GG. Vega get absolutely mopped in a 5-for-0 exchange.
My goodness, this draft coming out from Flipside definitely working in their favor. They completely counted out the Sniper, and that's pretty much all they needed. Whereas if you look at Vega, they tried everything that they could to really protect the Sniper, but they just didn't have enough tools to counter out the Spirit Breaker, to really get rid of the Juggernaut, to counter out the Batrider, and to also control the Spectre. There was just so many things that they had to do during the early game that they just didn't have the tools for it. All they did was they geared up for anti-team fight, but when you can't even really gain any sort of lead during the laning stage, what can you really do? Because the enemy at that point during the laning stage will start snowballing, and from there on, you're going to be going against a uphill battle. So congratulations to Flipside. They do win the series. They're going to be moving into the upper bracket. Vega, on the other hand, they will be moving to the lower bracket. They are not eliminated though, so they have a second chance, I believe.
They're going to be facing in the future the loser of 4FC versus Stanga, which is being played soon, if not now. We're going to be trying to get in there, although it may or may not be too late. We'll check that out, guys, as soon as we can. But that's it. Flipside are going to be moving on, and, well, of course, they have a date with the winner of 4FC versus Stanga, so that's going to be coming out sometime in the future. For right now, though, we are done with this series. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, be sure to hit that follow button. Follow us on Twitter and Facebook, both those .com/HeflaTV. I'm Mikelorus. You can find me on Twitter at Mikelorus. My co-caster for today has been Danelie. You can find her at DanelieCast. It's all in the title, guys. We will see if we get into the other series, but it may or may not be too late. 10 minutes late, though. It should be more or less on time, so don't go anywhere. We will keep you updated, but for right now, let's see if we get into that other series.